Ladies and gentlemen, Seth freaking Rollins is our new World Heavyweight Champion. He won the championship at WWE Night of Champions this past Saturday, defeating AJ Styles and being the inaugural champion, which is a big thing. Okay, so in today's video, I'm gonna be discussing a bit his win, what is next for him, some of his possible challengers, when in my opinion he would or should be losing the title, and many more of these things. Okay, if you want to see more videos like this, make sure to subscribe and hit the little bell so you'll be notified. I'll upload every day. And with all that being said, let's jump straight into the video. Alright, so there was the big match between Seth Rollins and AJ Styles at Night of Champions. It opened up the show, okay, which got some people talking because, it's a new world championship, and a world championship should be in the main event, especially when it's a new championship, and it's been inaugurated and all, and it's in such a match that is AJ Styles versus Seth Rollins. It's two of the highest competitors in the business. So, you know, technically you'd want that to be your main event, but it actually opened the show, which is fine. Okay, at least it's opening the show, but people criticize because once again it was Roman Reigns closing out the show. But Roman Reigns wasn't defending his world titles. No. He was fighting for the tag team championships. Okay, when all of that happened, Jimmy Uso turning on him and all, yeah, it makes a bit of sense. But overall, like, it still should have been Seth Rollins and AJ Styles. Okay, because it's a world championship match, and you've got to bring that title. You've got to have some legitimacy to this championship. What I mean by this is that a lot of people started to feel like the new world heavyweight championship was a secondary title. Because in the past almost 3 years now, Roman Reigns has been the champion. Okay, for the past 1,000 days, he has been the champion, the world champion. Nobody could get on his level, even when he didn't have both world championships. The WWE champion wasn't on his level when he had only the Universal Championship, because he's Roman Reigns. Okay, he's brought a new level of talent and admiration. This word, okay. So people were just investing more in his title reign. And especially that now he's had both titles for over a year and defended against some of the biggest names in the business. He's up there. Okay, he's at the top. Okay. So if you have a new championship, you need to try to find a way to put it at the same level, because there is one big for SmackDown, there needs to be one big for Raw as well. It just makes sense. It's got to be on the same level. But people have the feeling that the World Heavyweight Championship is here. Like the IC and US are here, but like the World Heavyweight Championship is in between both. It's a secondary title because it's not brought to the same level as Roman Reigns' championship. WWE don't give it as much importance, but they should. Just the fact that it didn't close out the show. They decided to open the show with it, while it's the only World Championship match and it's the inaugural championship match and all, okay? But that's just one episode, okay? It's one match, it's one show, and there was the whole, bloodline imploding to close out Night of Champions, so it's understandable, okay? You can get it, okay? Now we're just gonna have to wait and see what WWE do with this championship, because now Seth Rollins is champion. As you're seeing this video, later tonight on Raw, Seth Rollins will probably make an appearance. He will talk, blah blah blah, and maybe we'll even see who his next challenger will be. Okay, it's gonna be Seth Rollins' job and WWE Creative's job to make sure that the championship stays at a certain level and even gets to the level to be compared to Roman Reigns' championship. I'll be talking a bit more about Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins in the future. Okay. But yeah, talking about what's gonna happen tomorrow night on Raw, it's still unclear. The WWE hasn't announced anything yet. Like breaking Seth Rollins will appear on Raw or anything. They haven't said anything about it yet, so we'll have to wait and see. But chances are he'll be making an appearance with his theme song, with the whole crowd singing and all. It's gonna be a great one. Okay. But then we're gonna have to wait and see what he does with the championship. Because Triple H claimed that this championship would be defended more frequently than Reigns' championship. It would appear more in the shows, and it's going to be a fighting champion defending it week after week after week. So we're going to have to wait and see. Is the title actually going to be defended on Monday Night Raw? Okay? Or are they just going to keep it on premium live events, but it's going to be defended at every premium live events? This is still unclear as well, So as we get into the future, we'll realize more and more what direction they're heading to with the title, and we'll have to see if they actually care about it, which is the big part of it. As for possible challengers for Seth Rollins, well, first of all, maybe he would bring back the open challenges, okay, that haven't been seen in a while. So we'd start doing open challenges for new competitors, which would be a great thing because, first of all, they'd be able to showcase their roster because they have a pretty decent roster at the moment. So they need to showcase all of their talents, even if they don't beat Seth, okay? Chances are they're not going to beat Seth Rollins for the World Heavyweight Championship on a random episode of Monday Night Raw, especially if they're random guys from NXT or just the low/mid card, you know? But you get to showcase a bit of your talent. You get to have some unexpected matchups, and people are going to be excited to see who comes out, you know? And you can bring out surprises, okay? You can have some people return, some legends, some NXT superstars, some injured superstars, you know? You can do a lot of stuff with it. As for actual challengers, I can make a full list of potential challengers, but some of the more like notable ones, Finn Balor is probably in there. Okay, he's a heel. Seth Rollins a face. It's a great feud. Um, you know, Finn Balor lost the Universal Championship after Seth Rollins injured him, so he could play on that whole thing and go challenge him. And the rest of the Judgment Day would possibly challenge for the Tag Team Championships, okay, based from what we see between the interactions of Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens and the Judgment Day. So Finn goes for the World Heavyweight Championship, and Priest and Mysterio go for Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, you know. And while Rhea Ripley is the Raw Women's Champion or SmackDown Women's Champion, okay, depending on what they do. But at least, you know. So yeah, Finn Balor, great big. They could always bring back Cody and have some, you know, Seth and Cody back and forth. It still works. You could have something with Gunther, okay, eventually. If they decide to take the title off of Gunther, they could eventually send him against Seth Rollins, you know. It's probably not gonna be his first feud. But let's say Gunther loses his Intercontinental Championship at SummerSlam. Well, the Raw after SummerSlam, he could come out and challenge Seth Rollins, okay? Because Gunther is the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion of the century, you know. So after doing such a great job with the title, he could go ahead and challenge Seth Rollins for his championship and be like, "Hey, I want your title. I'm gonna keep it for a while. Blah blah blah. I'm dominating." You know, great thing. You know, and there's just a bunch of people on the current roster that they could do this with. They just got to be careful because it's not like they have a lot of people that is on the main event caliber. They've all kept them on the mid cards or some random feuds. You know, they could always bring back Brock Lesnar. Okay, Lesnar versus Rollins. People are a bit tired, but it's always an option. But honestly, we'll just have to wait and see, you know. And if Seth Rollins keeps the title for a while, you know, if they decide to keep the title on him for a while, which I believe they should, okay, Seth Rollins absolutely deserves it. Eventually, this will lead to Survivor Series, you know, and the rumors say that this year's Survivor Series is not going to be War Games like last year, but it's going to bring back the old SmackDown versus Raw Survivor Series, which is a good thing, you know, champion versus champion and all. And eventually, they'd be splitting the tag team championships. So once again, they're split so you can have the matches. But that would mean, if Seth Rollins is still champion, that would mean we would see Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns. And this is an interesting one, folks. You know, Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns has always been a great seller. People have always liked this and enjoy this. The rivalry and just the connection these two have is awesome. Okay, whether it's in the ring or just on the mic and all, they always put up great shows. Roman Reigns is that big guy, you know, doesn't talk a lot. You know, he's confident and all, calm. Seth Rollins is that guy that goes around, is a bit cocky, that attitude. He loves to, you know, try to trigger Reigns and all. So they could give us a great rivalry, okay, if we go into Survivor Series, and it could be the main event, the leading match, and you could sell a lot of tickets with this one, being honest, you know. That is if they keep the championship on Seth Rollins, and if they decide to do the Raw versus SmackDown thing. But yeah, they have a big opportunity, okay? They have Seth Rollins as their main champion on Raw. They cannot mess this up, okay? Seth Rollins is one of the most popular wrestlers on the roster. He's one of the best wrestlers in the world. People love him. The fans at home, the fans in the crowd, the creative behind love him. A lot of the actual superstars love him. You know, you just cannot mess up that opportunity. And if you want someone to bring the title to the same level as Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins is your guy, okay? So they just got to keep on doing that great job and bet everything they can on Seth Rollins, putting in some great feuds, great matches. I would personally start with Finn Balor. It could be a great feud for Money in the Bank and maybe even SummerSlam. There is also Money in the Bank to take into consideration, okay? I'm going to make a separate video talking about Money in the Bank. But whoever wins Money in the Bank now will not be, obligated to cash in on Roman Reigns. They'll have the opportunity to cash in on Seth Rollins, you know, or do like Theory and cash in for a mid card title and not even win it. That's the detail, you know. And with all the rumors of either LA Knight or Logan Paul winning Money in the Bank, that could be very interesting, you know. Logan Paul as LA Knight has a bit less connection, but like if Logan Paul wins, okay, he's faced Roman Reigns and almost beat him, but then the Usos and Sikoa interfered and all, okay, at Crown Jewel, and then he faced Seth Rollins as well, you know. So like Logan Paul has history with both of them, so Logan Paul with the Money in the Bank would be very funny. I'll talk, you know, probably in my future video, I'll talk about more Logan Paul and why he should win or LA Knight should win or whatever, you know. But yeah, not gonna take up too much of your time. Seth Rollins winning the championship is honestly a good bet. Okay, WWE need to keep going on that line and make sure they use him properly. Okay, I guess we'll have to wait and see what they do. I'll be commenting, okay, on my community tab about this, so make sure you subscribe and you go check that often. And yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next one.